Where's Adam Wedgwood? Mic's not working? Oh, it's working now. There we go. Hi, guys. How's it doing tonight? Who all came to our first show?
I did.
Oh, okay, like 3 people. That's okay. That's all right. Well, so for those of you who don't know what we're doing tonight I'm going to have 5 comedians come around, and they're going to do some improvised, unscripted material for you. The way it's going to work is they're going to get 5 suggestions. I should change the name of the show to 5 Suggestions. I know. But they're going to get 5 different ones. They're going to do a joke, a song, an anecdote, a thought bubble, an impression, really whatever the hell they want. And yeah, it's going to be cool. So you guys seem open-minded. Just keep that going tonight. Keep that going tonight, and keep that going right now, because I'm going to do a quick example of what you might see tonight. So let's, can I get the first suggestion, CJ? So I got my brother to put a suggestion out, and he really left me hanging this time. Shoes. All right. Oh, okay. I'm terrified that I'm going to become one of those guys who steals women's shoes. It's not like in me. It's not like I don't like. It's not a desire I have. But what if it's just like a synapse that didn't fire? Like that's all it takes. Like that right chemical didn't mix, and that, what if it happens and that chemical mixes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I could steal that shoe. I could put it in my safe. Where do you put it? In a closet? Where do you put it? Where do you put it? A closet? Closet? No one is a women's shoe thief. No one is a women's shoe thief. That's good. You guys will all leave with your shoes tonight. Safety deposit box, maybe? No? Okay. I don't know where you put them. I feel bad. That's I don't like. That's a weird thing, right? Like, what if you can't control that? Like, what gets you going? So I don't want to call anybody like a weirdo, or shame them for whatever weird thing they're in, but that breaks some rules, right? I feel like I drew a weird line there. I feel like I maybe drew a weird line. Like if I had just approached you in conversation, I was like, "Don't steal women's shoes," you'd be like, "What does he accept?" Like pedophilia? No, I'm fine with that. Pooping on people? Fine with that. I don't know. You steal women's shoes? You monster. You have crossed a line. Why did I lump pedophilia and pooping together? I need to go see my therapist again. Rock bottom is approaching fast, guys. Enough of me. You can go to the next slide. Let's get our first guest up here, who is definitely a women's shoe thief. Guys, give your hands up for Joe Galvin.
There was a shoe back there. Well, more of a slipper. Hi, I'm Joseph Galvin. No, I'm not a stand-up or a comic, so hope you like train wrecks. Let's get started. Hell on earth. So I grew up in a very conservative Christian family. In 3rd grade, I thought I was going to be a priest, and I, of course, went around telling everybody about that. That didn't last. By 5th grade, I had read the Bible about twice and went, what the fuck is this shit? I got a little ostracized because I was going to a private Catholic school. So my childhood was a little rough after that. I have no real idea where this is going to go. Like I told you, I'm not a comic, so I think I'm just going to mock myself every so often. I like to listen to my own thoughts when they're out here. We're just going to let this ramble and continue going. I Hi, Randy. Yeah. Thank you. This is hell on earth. Next! Rival explorers. What the fuck? Ferdinand! Yes, Columbus? Let's go explore competitively. I'm going to discover more native women than you. It's not rape, it's exploring. That's what they were. They were terrible people. Columbus, Ferdinand, all of them. Like, yeah, they were terrible people. Yeah. So. How you doing? Yeah, I ain't like stood right in front of you.
I'm thrilled to be in the front row. Thank you.
Oh. Yeah. I'm jealous. I actually just like being up here, having all you stare at me. It's kind of an exploration of my soul. Well, or we just switched to pop and rock, you know. Maybe I was getting somewhere, CJ. Jesus. No, I can't dance. I'm not gonna do it. That was actually the women that I've dated in the past. Their favorite thing to do before I got sober was to get me drunk and take me out dancing, and then videotape it and make me watch it the day after. I was sleeping with them, so I didn't care.
That's good for you.
Yeah. Like, I would take humiliation. If you're into it, sounds good. I mean, technically we are right now. I mean, we can go into detail.
Without an audience?
Okay. See, I like to do it with an audience. Okay, so yeah, back to dancing. Yeah, I was angry growing up from the religious stuff. So I didn't learn to dance. I did martial arts, and I got in fights, and that made getting on a dance floor, facing off against somebody really awkward because it's like, no, I gotta drop back into a stance, and if they come at me, I hurt them. No. How I'm not in prison is a question that a lot of people have asked me. Once. We can move on now, CJ. Sometimes you gotta play with it. I mean, every time you gotta play with it. I mean, come on, Craig, you know
No,
that.
it's just so loud. Okay.
Yeah, Shake Weight. Whoever designed that is a freaking comedic genius. How the hell do you make a joke about something that is a joke? Hello, let's get people to hold a weight that vibrates. I'm just gonna breathe into this. He's never gonna have me back here. Oh my God, he can't improvise a joke at all. I'm reading his thoughts right now, in case you were wondering. Yeah. I will not do that to you.
I haven't kicked you off yet.
Shh.
Next joke.
Yeah. No, we're gonna stay on Shake Weight. I warned people that I was just gonna come out here and stare. I can't do it. Win. Okay, we can move on now. Oh, fuck. The irony being is literally before this show, I saw somebody that I performed with from our graduating class that always had, would always bring in a live animals that would talk, and it got kind of annoying, but the only thing I ever wanted was an actual kangaroo scene where somebody would try to put their child back into the, the pouch. And that's not so much a joke or a punchline. It's just a quick little anecdote. He said I could do anecdotes. So I did. Okay, that was a mean laugh. That was laughing at me, not with me. Fuck you, TC. Oh, yeah, take her side. I'm the one being laughed at here. I'm gonna have to call my mom after this. I can't afford a therapist. Joe's gotta call his alcoholic mom. Just need to crawl back into her room. And that was the punchline. That's 5.
Give it up for Joe. That was great, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was great, right?
Yeah.
You guys are bad at this.
That was
Jokes.
I just like jokes. Jokes. Drama.
I don't want to tell any more jokes. I want to bring up our next comic for the night. Guys, give it up for Alyssa Ruff.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Pandora's box. I mean, the first thing I think about Pandora is a music station that kind of hates me. I don't know. Because I use the thumb down button too much, I think, and then it's like, what do you want? Box. You want to talk about this separately? We could talk about boxes. No, can we move on? Let's do 4. Let's just do 4 instead. I don't have one, but I have a real dad, but my mom always refers to him as Liam's dad, which is my brother, so she told me when I was like 16 that Jim Morrison was my real dad, and the black guy who hosts Family Feud is my brother's dad. Wait, Billy Banks? Who is that?
Brother's real to happen.
Holy shit. It's a black guy. My brother's not black. But Jim Morrison is my real dad. And I think I should get some royalties for that, right? Because my mom was like 6 when he died, so like that's... First, this should be in a book, first of all. Like, this is a miracle. Fuck you guys. It's a medical miracle straight from Jesus, and it's like, also my dad's famous, so. This is why I feel comfortable wearing sunglasses inside. Let's move on. What? Why do you hate me so much, Adam? What is this? Has been. I don't even know what to talk about here. Has been. I think this is the part where I start throwing up or drink tequila. What? If you have anything to say, now is the time. You said why? No help. mean, has been kind of sounds like lesbian. I don't know why that's funny either. I also have no lesbianic experience. Well, I mean, like, not that much. Like, I didn't go to college, and I feel like, well, kind of. I have like half experiences with everything, apparently. So half went to college, I've half been a lesbian. I'm a has-been. Fuck, you're full circle. Let's move on. As a white woman, this isn't my favorite place to be. But it's also kind of never stopped me because I've been one of those very defiant girls that's like, oh, what, my real dad, not Jim Morrison, my real dad, the one who like raised me as his own, was, even though Jim Morrison was the guy who came before him, that sucks, but he was always like, 1 in 6 girls who go outside get molested. That can't be true. You just made that up. And so I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm gonna go live downtown by myself and hang out in dark alleys late at night. And I did. And nothing bad ever happened. Well, they smell like pee. But I made it. I guess I don't seek, yeah, I do. I don't know. I don't seek them out. But if one, like, comes across my path or, like, walks up to me and is like, hey, can I buy you a drink? Yeah. What? Just, I only have one more. I feel like I just talked to you about nothing for, like, 4 minutes. How long have I been here? How long have I been here?
Yeah, like 3 more minutes.
You got this.
I have no choice. You're all gonna stare at me for 3 more minutes. Let's move on. Let's see what we got. So like bombs and money. I guess probably not money. People don't abandon that. God. Ooh. How is this funny for you? I'm like squirming and wanting to die. Like, I was so nervous for like a month. Like the day that my friend, or I told him, why did I do that? That's so sadistic. Like I was like, yeah, I think I could do this, and then immediately started feeling nervous. I've had nervous farts for like 30 days. I don't know how he started talking about farts. I guess that's my fault. Is it? If you're gonna sit in the front row and heckle, come up with something better. God damn it. If I found an abandoned briefcase, I'd probably just pick it up and open it immediately. Even though, again, people tell you not to do that, right? Because it's like you go to the airport and someone leaves their shit on the floor, and everyone's like, don't even go to this entire hallway. And you're like, but there could be money and bombs, and that's kind of cool. Or like vibrators, right? Like Fight Club. So why would you avoid that? Just one last. The other day, I work at a bar, and one of my regulars was like, "Hey, do you want a massager?" I was like, "What?" "Yeah." He was like, "I'm going to the yoga store. They have a sale on massagers." I was like, "Cool." And he brought it back, and it doesn't vibrate. And I was like, "This doesn't vibrate." He was like, "Does that mean you don't want it?" And I was like, "I mean, like fine, but what's the point now?" I don't know. That's all I got. I don't know. I'm gonna leave now.
My favorite thing is that she hated all the suggestions she got. and went off in a completely different direction. It was great. Guys, there's more people coming up. Yeah. Now, it's not just me. I'm not going to show you my 30 minutes right now, don't worry. I know you don't want to see it. It's not tight. Guys, give a sloppy welcome for our next comedian, Craig Martin.
Give a sloppy welcome to the guy who dresses up like an asshole. Alright, this is a real pocket watch. Peaky Blinders. First thing, Blood Pact. I've made a blood pact in my life. I'm sitting down because I'm giving the fake thing like this is a rural story because I came from Wisconsin. Like a minute, I got a blood pact. I went hunting for the first time when I was 12 years old. That's way too young for children to be trusted with killing and holding a gun around someone who's forcing them to kill. So I'm out in the woods, 6 o'clock in the morning, prime time for a child with his dad and weapons. And we spot a deer. And guys, I'm a fan of Disney movies as much as you are. I've seen Bambi, I get it. The mom dies. So I admit I don't want to shoot the mom. So we wait for hours and hours as my dad makes fun of me, again a child with a gun who has no recollection of what life or death actually is, until later that day when he kills a thing. Spoilers! So I shot a deer in its heart, and then there's this ritual, this we'll call it a blood pact because then it connects with this thing, where you have to take a bite of the heart because that is the deer's soul entering you. Does this make any sense to anyone else? Let me hear ya. So yeah, you do that, and it's pretty bad. What was that?
Dothraki! Yes.
You had your time on stage. So I take a bite of it, and I don't know how to explain this that doesn't make it sound any weirder, but it tasted like a bunch of coins in your mouth. You ever put a bunch of coins in your mouth? You got it. I like spitting them out, pretending I'm a piggy bank. Next. Ghost hunting. Again, the deer haunts me. I've never been ghost hunting, but here, folks, I also lived in Iowa, another Midwestern state, mainly rural. 99% of the land is actually farmland. So we go into this house, me and a bunch of my buddies, and I use that term loosely because they're all fucks. And we decide that we're going to create our own, that hurt doing that, so I'm going to quit. We decided that we're going to create our own scary movie because there's a haunted freeway because we couldn't think of anything else to do in Iowa. And next to this haunted freeway is this dilapidated house. And we thought to ourselves, who would survive a horror movie? Let's throw them into that house and hold the door back so that they can't get out. So we picked a bookish, dark-haired white woman, and we threw her into the house. And there weren't ghosts. There were opossums. Opossums? Are they just called possums where you're from? Because you can Wikipedia it and there's a fucking O there, Adam. How much O time do I have left?
I'm allowed to heckle my own shit.
No, that's fine, and I can heckle back.
You got like 8 minutes.
Okay, so let's just keep talking
7 or
about
6.
What?
7 or 6.
You said 8 first.
He's bad at math. That was before.
That was before? Okay. So let's get this down to 6 then. Next slide. You may not know it from the way that I'm dressed now, but in college I had a penchant for talking like an asshole still, and I wore this coat, we called it No Shit My Hobo coat, and it was checkered, black and red, and except the hood. The hood was just a gray, like, sweatshirt hood. And I wore that everywhere around Iowa City for months on end. I was producing a TV show and I wore it to production meetings. I wore it to my job when I worked at a gas station. And didn't get laid terribly much. Next slide. I'll tell you where I got laid, though. Boy, oh boy, are we sticking in Iowa for another tale. How many of you have been to Southridge Mall in Des Moines, Iowa? Let me see you say hey! Hey! Wait, what? Are you fucking with me?
No, I lived there for first 5 years of my life.
Are you fucking with me? So you were there when Southridge was like bustling and like, yeah, it stopped doing that. There's still Canton, which is the makeshift samurai shop and all that, and incense, and eventually it'll be weed, but they're still catching up.
1980.
Wait, what? How old are you?
I'm 37.
I'm sorry, guys. Something just happened in my life. You ever like known somebody and you're like, oh, that's what this person is, and then they just like hit you with a bombshell?
Did you know him?
Yeah.
Oh.
You ever have these moments in your life when you think that one of your friends isn't an asshole? So back to the Porcelain Palace at Southridge Mall in Des Moines, Iowa. I had a penchant for getting blown in the bathroom, and we were young and dumb, and one of us was full of cum. People that didn't like that were the security guards around Southridge, who obviously had enough of this because this was something that it had just happened there. And one time they must have noticed that my then girlfriend's glasses were on the sinks outside of the stall, and then came a knocking on the stall, to which I replied, occupied. That's the usual symbol for don't come in here, someone's in here. So she knocks again. Okay, fair enough. I'm about to say occupied again, and then my girlfriend at the time shouts occupied. And then the jig is up. Jingling pants and shame-filled running commenced. She never got her glasses back. I just started to get my dignity back. So if anybody wants to help me lose that dignity, I will be in the bathroom later. Take all comers, and I will come all takers. Light five. Let's get real, folks. Enough of all this pussyfooting around. Let's talk about how I've hurt people. One time I pushed a kid down, one time I punched a kid in the face. I've never home-wrecked anybody. But there's something about the world and the way that I see it that is so different from most people because, yeah, I'm bringing it up, everybody. It's Craig Martin on stage, so polyamory is going to get talked about. Polyamory, many loves, it doesn't make any goddamn sense because it's half Greek and half Latin. That's stupid. It's you date anybody you want, and then they date anybody they want, then you go home and you talk about it, or maybe you go talk to other people about it, whatever, who gives a shit. Monogamy, quite the contrary. You go out and you talk, and then that's it, and then you go home. Have you ever been to a restaurant?
No.
Well, let me tell you something. Are you tired of cooking? Because there's a place where people will do it for you. Now imagine that this fantastical land known as a restaurant, or ristorante in Italian, or I think Spanish, I don't know. How much time do I have left? Did you just flip me off? Oh, you put over your index finger. You have to have the same exact dish every single day of your life, even though it's your favorite fucking dish in the world. It's chocolate covered, whatever the fuck. Yeah, it is sweet, because it's chocolate, Adam! I don't even think I want to finish my story. I think Adam ruined story time for everybody. The reason I did that, the reason I said that is because I wanted to check in to see how many people were actually caring about how things are going. Is this the light shutting me off, or is it just like, no, put it up to blue, make me look sad. Okay. You know, sometimes you just need more than one person in your life, because, you know, sometimes the other person's really busy, or you feel alone even when you're with that special person. I believe Poison had a song about it. But wouldn't it be nice if, instead of that one rose having thorns, you could go out into the garden and pick a daisy or fuck another person? I don't remember what I started from. And I'm speaking to no point right now because Adam flustered me, and you can blame him for all of this. Now jeer him as he comes back to the stage because I am through!
Give it up for Craig. Sorry I ruined that. You guys make my job so easy. I don't have to do anything except announce the next person that's coming up. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. Give it up for Crystal Preston Watson.
Hi. It's almost past my bedtime, so I'm not gonna go do any long, drawn-out stories. But I've had a beer, so who knows? Okay, slide number 1. Stasis chamber. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the fuck is stasis. What is a stasis chamber? You know what? Whatever. Like, have you ever been in the tub with like a blindfold on your face? Like I have, because I used to do that as a kid, because I was reading the National Enquirer, and they were talking about how Michael Jackson would just, he would go into these this little sensory deception, sensory deception, yes, sensory deception tank, and Michael Jackson was my favorite artist. And so I was like, I'm gonna be just like him. I'm gonna mimic this tank. And so I would fill up the bathtub with water, and I would just put a blindfold on my head. And I didn't have bubbles with me, so I would just bring I had I had an E.T. doll. So I would just put it in the tub, and that was my bubbles. And I was just like, hey, I'm 6 years old and I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing, but Michael Jackson does this, and I'm gonna do it, and everything is gonna be cool. Okay, next slide. Skeptical murder. You know what? If I ever murdered someone, I would be a skeptical murderer. I watch a lot of Law and Order and all those kind of police procedurals, and it's sometimes I'm it's 3 a.m. and TNT is on, and I'm because they know drama, and I don't know sleep, and I'm just sitting there and looking at them I could do that murder better than them, because I prefer The Criminal Intent because it has Jeff Goldblum, and I have a deep and undying crush on Jeff Goldblum, and and I'm just I can do this murder better than them, and I would never get caught. But when I went to go maybe try to kill the person, I probably would just, I don't know, I would like to think I would make some elaborate trap, but it probably would just be I don't know, I would pick up an Etch-a-Sketch and hit them over the head, and they would die, and I'm oh shit, they just died from an Etch-a-Sketch, and I would laugh about it because I'm yeah, they just died from an 80s toy, but then I would be are they really dead? Are they really dead? And then you would end up where I just
end up like just kind of dissecting them, and it's like, okay, they are really dead. And now my curiosity has been quenched, and and that puts on like I would definitely get the death, the death chamber, but I would also get a kick-ass last meal. And like I already have that planned out, like what I want, because that's gonna be awesome. So first, I'm gonna have seafood because I'm allergic. And so now, so I'm just like, bring me all your lobster, like all your crab. Just it doesn't even fucking matter anymore because in 2 minutes I'm just gonna be like, you're gonna slip me some like, whatever the hell they kill people with, like painkillers, and it's all gonna be good. And so so that, and so maybe like I don't know, like a giant bottle of. I heard that there's things called there's passion fruit mezcal, and I'm like I would have that, and then I don't know, like I would probably just a bunch of shit that I'm like, okay, I'm just like the fugu, like the blowfish. And I'm like, bring that, like have someone that's like, I want to help someone, so like bring your intern for that, like the chef intern, have him prepared because listen, this is like I'm gonna die anyway, so if you get it wrong, who cares? I'm dead, and I get to like have this super rare treat. And like I don't feel the consequences because they're gonna inject me with some sweet drugs. Okay, go. 3. Street hustler. So my cousin was she was a prostitute. And she was a prostitute, and when I was little, she would look after me, and my grandma would tell she's like, well, if you ever see her around a guy, let us know. And she was really cool. She was like older, and like she had all these like really